Hey guys, welcome to my Game of Thrones Season 4 Episode 7 Mockingbird review. So, to start out, this episode, it was a plot building episode. It wasn't as big as last week's episode, but we'll get into the review part at the end of the video. Like I said, my Arrow review on Wednesday, I'm only doing top 5 moments plus a small review portion, because they're shorter and they don't take up as much time, and plus I get to talk about my favorite things in the episode. So let's go ahead and start. So my number 5 moment would have to be when Arya and the Hound came upon this dying man on the ground. And Arya gave this really good, really long speech about nothing is nothing, nothing is ever better or worse, nothing is just nothing. And the guy cracks a joke. He's like, "Can I have a drink? Thirsty, dying is thirsty work." But that scene, it was just really good. It was really well played out in Arya's favor. And even the Hound, he had a good moment there. Like, you actually get to see him not be an asshole for once. So moving on to my number 4 moment, it's with Dario Naharis. Figure guy's name. Probably not saying it right. Dario sneaks into Khaleesi's private quarters through a window. And as they're talking, he says, "Send me to your enemies anywhere. Send me to any enemy anywhere." He says he's only good at 2 things in this life, and that is war and women. So as they're talking and he's asking, he says he is hers as like a sword, like a loyalty. And so she says, "Alright, do what you're best at. Take your clothes off." I just started laughing as soon as I heard "take your clothes off." And he's like, game over. It just got me. And that was me clapping as a good joke, not something else. So my number 3 moment would have to be Lord Pedophile. So Lord Baelish, Sansa is outside in the snow because she finally gets to be back in the snow. And I was so happy to see that, just her eyes when she saw the snow outside. But she builds a replica with snow of Winterfell, and here comes Robin along, and he ruins it because he knocks it over because it doesn't have a moon. It doesn't have a moon door, so he says it's bad, and she calls him stupid, and she slaps the hell out of him. And that I love that moment. That wasn't even it. I was just saying. So Lord Baelish saw it, and he comes up to her, and they're talking. And he says, "You are twice as beautiful as your mother ever was." And he kisses her. And I'm just like, now, at the moment when they were filming this, Sophie Turner was only 17. But in the books, she's like 15. So, Lord Pedophile, I don't know. So my number 2 moment would have to be, Lysa saw Lord Pedophile kiss Sansa outside in the snow, and so she calls for Sansa, and all this shit's going on. The crazy lady Lysa has Sansa up to the moon door, holding her out, screaming, "He's mine, he's mine, I'm a ratchet ass hoe, he's mine though," like ratchet people do. And so Lord Pedophile makes her stop. And when he does, he says, "I've only loved one woman my entire life." There's a pause. Lysa smiles. "Your sister." And I just laughed again too, because I'm thinking, that is a yo mama joke, but with your sister. I didn't love you, I loved your sister. And I busted out laughing. I couldn't help it. But after that, he pushes her off the moon door, and I'm just like, oh shit. But that opens a whole bunch of possibilities of him and Sansa, or just him and some other crazy person. I don't know. So my number 1 moment of the whole episode would have to be when Prince Oberyn went into the cells to talk to Tyrion, and he says that of his first time coming to the Rock, Tyrion was his biggest disappointment. because he didn't have claws, he didn't have a tail, and he didn't have a red eye like everyone else was saying. And that brought Tyrion to cry, kind of. And that was a really good moment. What made this my number one freaking choice, Oberyn is now Tyrion's champion against the Mountain. He says he wants justice. And that made the episode for me. I thought it was a slow episode, to be completely honest. So let's go ahead and move into my review portion here. I thought it was a really slow episode until it got around when Khaleesi made Dahario take off his pants. But it was a plot building episode, and I understand that. But when that happened, that made the entire episode for me. I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't know what fashion it was going to happen in. And this episode was... It was going to be like a 7 for me, but now it's an 8. It was a solid 8, a B episode. A B plus, I'll even say. It was a damn good episode because of that moment. It seems like Tyrion in the past few episodes has just had the moments that made the episode. But instead of him having the speech, it was Oberyn this time. And from the time Oberyn debuted on the show, he's been one of my favorite characters of Season 4. I mean, his actor is just so good. But that is my review for Game of Thrones, Season 4, Episode 7, Mockingbird. That moment made the episode for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you'll tune in on Wednesday for a probably Green Arrow history bonus video, more than likely. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. An 8 is what I give this episode, and I'll see you guys on